Alright, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the build of the RX-178 MK2 from Z Gundam. I know this is going to be a pretty interesting build since it is number 8 of the real grade line, so I'm hoping to see what changes it made between 1 through 7. Alrighty, so I went ahead and put one of the feet together, or the legs together, because I kind of figured that these were going to take a little bit of time, and they certainly did. Also, be careful to measure these correctly. They do come in with instructions, and I missed that. Thankfully, there's enough just in case you make a mistake. So, yeah, go ahead and measure those correctly. 10 millimeter, 17 millimeter, about 0.36 inches, and this is roughly about a little under an inch, right under an inch. So make sure you get those done correctly. Like I said, if you do make a mistake, you'll have a little bit left over, so you should be okay. So to get the other leg together, we put this piece in like here, get that knocked out, put that in like so, put that in like that, just like that. You see I already did this piece right like I did right here, because these did take the longest to kind of fiddle with to get in there. So I wanted to go ahead and get that taken care of and accomplished. And then you get this piece in like that. And then you get, where's it at? This piece in like so. Just like that. That way you get the, you gotta fiddle with it a little bit. There you go. That way it loosens up. That piston's kind of cool. Right. Now once that's done, you get this piece on here. Like that. I did this a little backwards, but it still fits, so it's okay. Get out of that hole. Like that. Okay, then you get these tubes. And right here, these were also kind of a pain to put together. Make sure y'all can see that. I'm not getting off the screen too much. I use the Rua tool 3.0 to nip these the size you need. So you put this on right here. And I had fought with this one a little bit. It created a little bit of a gap because of the fabric. I tried to get in there as much as I can, but that one seemed to fit just fine. So that actually turned out pretty good. Okay. So you see that leg unit right there. That is done. And then the arm unit here for the frame is this little piece right here. Fits in like so. Seems to be easier the second time around is what I'm finding out here. And then you get this piece right here. Put it on like so for the arm, just like that. And then I want to go ahead and just kind of skip a little bit. We'll do see this piece right here for the leg, and then the leg. And I can already tell that's already pretty stiff. That's better than the real grade RX-782. That's already a lot more stiff, so I can tell that that's going to stand up pretty well. And then the Char's Zaku 2, that's also a little more stiff in the frame here, so that I can tell is going to do quite well. All right, so look at that, not too bad. Okay. All right, let's go and start on the body frame unit here. So we got this piece together, and the cockpit's already put together. I went into this just two little pieces, this half sphere here and this one half here. Just snap them together, and there's the cockpit. Then you get the arms, like that. Of course, they're spun around a little differently because I was messing with them earlier. Get that one placed in there, just like that. Then you get this to sit in here, like that. And then you do the same here, like this. And then you slide this in place. Just make the effort to do so. Okay. And create that shoulder right there. Then you put this front piece on to cover the cockpit. Okay. And these tiny little green pieces will go in here. Having big hands and doing this kind of sucks. I haven't built a real grid in a while, so this is quite refreshing to get how to do this again. This piece just sits like this. It doesn't actually snap in place, it just sits there. So we're going to put that on top right here. And there we have it. The frame for the Mark II, or MK2, from Z-Gundam. So next up, after this, is starting to piece together the rest of the kit with all the armor pieces. Okay, so as you can see here, I've already put one leg together with all the armor pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same with the other leg right here. So let's go ahead and get started. And that is leg armor for the MK2 or the Mark II. That is the knees, or the legs, and we will move on to the arms. Okay, so I know that I decided to work on the arm units. However, in the guide, the next thing to do was the waist, or the waist armor unit, and so I want to go ahead and proceed with that and start working through that process. So we'll go ahead and get that started. So I'm going to get the arms out of the way, just move them up, make them do that YMCA pose. I'm not going to sing it, but I'll make them do that YMCA pose. Actually, at the end of this, I'm kind of curious if I can actually do photos of this thing doing the YMCA. I think that'd be funny, stupid but funny. So anyway, we'll get these pieces together. And just make sure we do a quick file here. So I use the steady files. I try to go as gently on these as possible, because if you don't, you'll start eating away at the plastic and start molding it in areas where it shouldn't be molded. So it's really uniform. I know I didn't get rid of the nub mark completely, but sometimes I feel it's better to just kind of leave a little remnant of it than to go too deep into the plastic. And these are those steady files. I like using these. I used whatever came with the little $9 toolkit I bought for this set a while back, and those things scratched up one of the high grades real bad. So I decided very early on in my kit building that I would go research some of the better ways of sanding down these things. And from what I could tell, everybody said to use glass files. So that's what I did, is I moved to using glass files. So we put this piece on. If we put it on right, that'd be great too. Put it on like that. And then we set this piece in like so. Okay. Yeah, see, that makes a lot more sense. Then we spin this little shit around, and let's go ahead and capture that the best we can and spin that down. Okay, so that one clearly didn't want to spin down. So I have big hands, so it's hard for me on these real grades to really get a lot of I'm not sure where that came from. Nope, it wasn't. Oh. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I got big hands, so sometimes I'm going to use these little pliers to manipulate. These came out of that little $10 kit that I got, so those are about the best tools that I got out of it, plus the razor blade, so or the X-Acto knife, what I should say. So that was probably one of the better things that came out of a little $10 kit. But outside of that, there isn't a whole lot of things I use out of that from that kit anymore. I've bought most of the stuff outside of that. Amazon has been a huge reseller for me when it comes, or store for me to get most of the stuff from. So that's where I get most of my tools from, is Amazon. I don't really buy from any other retailer because usually I can get it for a couple of dollars cheaper on Amazon. I know a lot of y'all support other retailers, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't, but I choose to use Amazon because I can get things a little cheaper than normal. And see, again, I missed another piece. This is slightly embarrassing, but it is what it is. So just take it in stride. You know, mistakes happen. You forget things all the time. So this is just a testament that everybody's human. We make mistakes. Sometimes we don't read the directions all the way through, and we miss pieces, and that's okay. That happens. So, but like I said, see, you can get that pretty close, and then the rest of it, just do a quick sanding of that. This is probably going to be the longer part of the video just because of some of the mistakes I've made. Yeah, see, that's okay. That's totally fine. So while I'm doing this, there is a exclusive edition RX-72 that went up for pre-order on the Big Bad Toy Store last night. And I'm sure it went on pre-sale on a lot of other places. It looks really cool. It's a real grade, mind you, not a master grade. So it's like $54. But I was curious if any of y'all have taken the plunge and purchased that kit, got it ready for pre-order. I know that I did yesterday, the moment that I saw it. So I probably shouldn't have, but I did. You know, the wife will live. I've I've been buying these kits left and right lately, not just for content's sake, but I buy them deliberately because I like some of the kits and the way they look. So I don't do it to piss her off. I just do it because I like the kits. So, oh, see the kneecap. Remember I mentioned the kneecap earlier in the video? This thing just falls off. I'm going to have to glue this sucker on. I think that might be like one piece. These two pieces I might actually glue on. So we'll spin this around, and we'll go ahead and just do this right here, and then it seems like, oh, this is that piece. Oops, my bad. I knew it was wrong. Especially when I was looking at it earlier, I said that doesn't make any sense. Why is that piece like that? Oh, answers that question. So that's a little strange. That doesn't pivot. Doesn't pivot backwards. So I'm curious what the design characteristic of that really is. So, and then we put that in right there. That's a strange looking design. Very strange looking design. So much so that I'm curious what it's intended purpose is for. I guess it's for the carrying the bazooka, perhaps. See, that's not fitting in there very well. Now, is it supposed to? It's supposed to slide right in, so something tells me that it's. I wonder if I were to lift this up and see what kind of. See if that would fit any better. It does. It looks like it's supposed to. I wonder if it's because this isn't all the way down. Yeah, it's all the way back. There it goes. I bet that's what it was. It wasn't all the way back, so it wasn't going to fit all the way in there. So if I were to close that back down and put that in place. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. So I think this is for the bazooka, where you hold the bazooka at. Okay, so we'll go ahead and continue on. The next piece is here, which will be this right here. Put this in place. It just kind of sits there because the next two pieces you put on, actually, again, RTFM, right? And if for those of you all who don't know what RTFM means, you can look it up. I could say it here, although, yeah, why not? Oh, shit. See that? Look at that. It fell apart. No! It's okay. It's totally fine. It's fine. RTFM, you can see that in a couple of different references. It's most notable in a show called The IT Crowd. He's wearing a shirt. One of the technicians, Roy, is wearing a shirt that says RTFM, and it means read the fucking manual. And me being an IT guy, you would think that would be right on the nose with me when it comes to these damn things. But no, sometimes I'm not so adept at reading those damn things. I get a little too caught up in the moment and get ahead of myself a lot here. Okay, so that put together, ooh, that looks real nice. That looks real good. Okay. Then we get this little dude right here and stick it in like so. Then we get this one right here, and it looks like we put that in place right there. And snap that in place. Alrighty. And snap that in place. And we have the cockpit. And get these two pieces in place here. It'll help if I put it on the right way. Alright. That is the waist unit. That fell apart on me as I was building it. Go figure, right? And it goes like this. And you put it on like this. As the other piece decides to fall the frick off. So that's fun. So that tells me that it's not on there very well. See that little peg right there? That's all you get. So I would say be very careful when manipulating this kit. I mean very, very careful, because it will fall apart. It will do just that. It will fall apart on you. See? Just like so. I'm barely touching the damn thing. Barely touching it. So something is wrong here. Or it's just very bad fitment. That's what it looks like. Just really, really bad fitment. Good Lord. I might just give up on putting this piece on there. Okay, it stayed. All right. So there we are. After all that trouble, there we are with the waist unit. Now we will move to the shoulders and the arm units. So, all right. Let's go and move on to that piece, or that bit. After that, we'll go and move on to the head unit and then the weapons. And that should be done. I'm going to test this kit, actually, before I go from this part. I'm going to test this kit. I did it just with the legs on it last night, but I positioned it in such a way that it could stand on one leg. So I'm a little curious when this thing's all built if it can balance on one leg. So I'm gonna test that out after this whole thing's built. So again, let's go and move on. Okay, so here we are at the arms finally. Again, prior state I want to go to start at the arms earlier, but we started here at the waist unit and the torso. So good, got that done, and I finished an arm. And as this is becoming pretty common for a common theme for me in these build videos, is that I'm building at least one piece first and then finishing the other. I'm doing this on purpose so I can kind of understand how the build goes. This is usually a lot more organized, but I was trying to do something. I forgot what it was, but it came a little disorganized, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to put this up to the side. When I was putting this together, I decided very quickly that I need to do a build review of this kit. There are some things that are just too much to go into as I was putting these pieces together that I want to do a separate video and do a build review on, to go over some of the stuff that you'll encounter when going over this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this and get this part done. So the sooner we get this done, the sooner I can work on building that, getting that video created for y'all to. Man, I really wish I'm having a hard time here. I just woke up a little while ago. I stayed up really late last night. As you know, if you've been following me on Instagram or Threads, I started this build a couple of days ago. I think on a Wednesday. I work on it here and there as I get off work, just because it seems to be a little easier for me to do that than to start this all in one weekend and try to build a kit over the weekend. That seems to have helped a lot, not just because it allows me to focus on individual segments like I'd like, but it gives me something to do after work. It's a little cathartic, so it's actually quite nice. So we'll put that together. Oop. All right. So as you know, I am doing a giveaway. I know it's probably a little early to talk about that stuff, but I am doing a giveaway from the Master Grade Sinanju Stein from Gundam Narrative, which, by the way, I finished watching that finally last night. That was a very interesting movie. I wasn't sure what I would be in for with watching it, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. So I'd recommend going and watching that at least once, if you get the chance, because it was really a good movie. It was fun to watch. Ah, shit! Pieces are falling all over the place. There we go. This arm is not very difficult to build, really. It's just all the small pieces kind of are just an irritation. That is my one complaint with real grids, is that the pieces are so damn small that it gets to a point where you're just like, oh my god. People with big fingers like myself, it gets a little difficult to get these kits completed like we'd like, without getting our big fingers in the way. So this piece is upside down. It's supposed to be this way. That's why it wasn't staying. Okay, so there's that. And then get this piece. See? Also doesn't help that my house is a little warm today. That is by design, because it is been nice and cold these past couple of days. So I usually run a fan in my room, but I turn my fan off because as I'm recording, it's a lot of background noise, and it gets a little irritating. So I tend to turn it off. Oh, I forgot that piece. Put that on right here. This little piece on the hand is grooved in such a way that it does actually fit. I just have to make sure I pop it in place. It actually stays in place, unlike the other rail grids I've worked with. So that is an actual nice change or deviation from some of the early rail grids that I worked on. And there's a hand, but it does tend to move still. So win some, lose some. And then you put this on, and that, my friends, is both arm units on the Mark II Gundam. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and make a build review video over this kit. There are some things about this kit that do stand out that I would like to go and point out in a separate video. So now we're going to move on to the head unit. After that, it'll be the backpack unit. As you can see, I took that piece off. The damn thing kept falling off. So, I just took it off. I just let it stay off. So, okay. We're going to move on. And okay, here we are at the head unit and the backpack. I went ahead and got all these pieces together just to do it all in one shot. And it's probably going to be a lot easier that way. So I'm going to go and get that part started. Get this going so I can go ahead and get to the build review video and some shots of this kit when it's complete. All right. So as you all know, I am moving to a different camera system here very soon, and it'll be here I think this week, as a matter of fact. And it's a Panasonic Lumix DMC GH3. So it's a little older camera, but I'm okay with that. Mainly because it was only like $180. So, and it shoots 1080p 60. So that was a good thing for me. So that way I could go ahead and start capturing some better quality footage than on my iPhone. Though I like my iPhone, it is not comparable to a DSLR type camera. So, and I've had a couple of DSLRs in the past, so this is nothing new for me. What will be new is shooting on micro four thirds instead of full frame like I had in the past. Ooh, the little piece fell. So that will be a slight bit of change for me, but I'm anticipating it should be okay, mainly because if I can get this in the freaking hole, man, it's actually a pretty good platform to shoot video on. There we go. I messed it up. I'll fix that later. Okay, and so we can put that on here, and the Mark II outside of the backpack is done. So anyway, I decided to go that direction. It seems to be a good choice for me. The lens I got is also from Panasonic. It's a 14 to 42 f3.5 to f6.3, so it's not the greatest when it comes to aperture. However, with my lighting setup as it currently is, that should be okay. I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. That should be fine. So I know this says to put this in after the fact, but I'm going to go ahead and... Oh wow, they don't fit very well, do they? There we go. So we'll put those on right now. Kind of get that out of the way instead of having to worry about it. And the way these are fitting, it would almost seem like you would need to put glue on here to kind of keep them together. Okay, clearly something did not like being put on there like that. It is not fitting like it should at all, despite that actually supposed to go that way. That is a little weird. That is not going together flush. So, and that fell down on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, work through this problem, and then start it back up. Okay, I figured it out. There's a piece in here, some nubs right here that slide into this piece right here, and you have to push this down a little for it to fit right, or you have to angle it in for it to fit right, and then a snapping right there. So I figured it out. So we're good to go there. So let's go ahead and put this piece together. So this is a piece I just was debating on putting together at all, if I wanted to do it at all, just because the way these are, they're kind of flimsy. They're not the greatest design. I'm not sure why Bandai decided to use that cloth material and little bendy pieces, little bendy wires. I can't begin to understand why they decided to do that. I'm not going to sit there and try to. I'm just going to accept it for what it is and move on about my day. But we'll go and get this piece put together just like that. And then you gotta see that it just falls out. It's absolutely nuts. It just falls out. So we'll keep this at an angle so it stays in place, or try to anyway. The other one I put together, it took a little fiddling, because it was being an absolute pain to put together. And I hate these little pieces, but here we go. Okay, sweet, I got it. So now, when you put this thing together, this is supposed to go in here somewhere. It's actually supposed to, yeah. So we put it in. See, it fell out again. I was debating on not even using them at all, just because I had such a hard time with the legs, with these pieces. So I was debating on not even using them at all. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. But then you put it right here. Crap. And you put that in place right there. And you do the same with this one. Now it's supposed to just stay in there. I would not trust that at all. So what I would suggest doing is getting some plastic cement and cementing that down. Do not trust that to stay in place. Also for these boosters too, I would do the same thing with the boosters. They are not in there securely. So like I said, I've got a couple of thoughts on this kit already as it is in the next build video, or the build review video. So all right, and that, my friends, is the real grade Mark II AEUG. It was not a difficult kit to put together. There were some challenges though that I will address in the build review video that I'm going to be recording shortly after this. So look out for this video and the other. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Put a like, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel. I'm currently running a giveaway for a Sinanju Stein master grade, based off the series Gundam narrative. And once we get to 500 subscribers, I will go ahead and create an Excel sheet or get on some kind of randomizer and pick a name at random, and that person will win the Shinanju Stein, and I will ship it out to them. Then after that, I will be doing a giveaway at 1,000, and I'm thinking about doing either 2 master grades or a perfect grade. I'm not sure which one yet, or which 2 master grades. So keep an eye out for that after we get beyond the 500 subscribers. So, all right, that's it for this particular video. Keep an eye out for the build review, and again, thank you for watching, and please do subscribe. It is appreciated. So I'll see y'all later.